So, welcome to all for the course of refrigeration and air conditioning. So, my name is Professor Anis Ahir, and we are now going to study the working of evaporative coolers. So, evaporative coolers is nothing but the coolers you are using at your homes, which uses the water, is nothing but your evaporative coolers. Now, this evaporative cooler is consumes very less energy, very less electricity as compared to your air conditioner. Now we are going to study the working of this evaporative cooler. Now I classified evaporative cooling into two types, direct evaporative cooling and indirect evaporative cooling. Now what is the difference between this direct evaporative coolers and indirect evaporative coolers? So we will learn now. So this is the block diagram of direct evaporative cooling system. So here the evaporative cooling system uses, these are the main components. It have water tank. So here a small water pump is there which will send the water at the top. So here water distribution manifold. So here water sprinkle from top to bottom again into the tank. So here filter is to remove the impurity from the outside air. So now how is the working of this direct evaporative cooling system? So we take OD nothing of outside air which pass through filter, remove the impurity dust particle. Now that air is passes here from here. Now here water tank is there. So pump is forces the water at high pressure at the top. So here water particles are falling down and air also come from this side. So now here water and air come contact with each other. So water molecules come in contact with air molecules. So here there is a heat exchange between air and water. So here sensible heat of air is absorbed by the water molecules so that water molecules get vaporized and added into the air and temperature of air will decreases because heat is absorbed by the water molecules. So air molecules come contact with water molecules. Sensible heat of air is absorbed by the water molecules so that water molecules get vaporized and added into the air. Now here at the end we get cool air with addition of water particles. So here at the end we get cool air with addition of water particles. So here we get cool and humidified air. So cool air with addition of moisture content. So now that air will send to the space. Here we require, here occupant is there, we require less temperature. Now here our objective is to cool this space. So whatever the air cool here with addition of moisture, added moisture, that will send to the conditioned space. So here our objective is cool this space. So this is the working of your direct evaporative cooler. So now this direct evaporative cooler is suitable for the dry and hot region. Dry and hot region. So direct evaporative coolers are best suitable for dry and hot region. The coastal area where humidity is high. So in that case, this direct evaporative cooler will not work as our up to our expectation. So direct because humidity is high. So in that case, these coolers are not useful. They are useful mainly for the places where temperature is high and humidity ratio is less. In that case, these direct evaporative coolers are suitable. Now next, so this is the psychrometric chart. Here humidity ratio, here drivable temperature. Now here atmospheric air is there. So this air get cooled. So this is variable temperature line, constant variable temperature line. So here the temperature will get temperature of air get reduces. So So from O to S, S is supply air, O is outside air. So air is get cooled by coming in contact with water particles, and humidity ratio of air also increases because of addition of moisture. S is the supply air which is again sent to the room. So this is, we can cool the outside air up to variable temperature, but to reach up to this point, uh, it will not so possible. But we try to reach up to this point. We can cool the air up to the variable temperature of the outside air. This is the limit for direct evaporator cooling process. We can cool the outside air up to its variable temperature. So higher is the difference between dryable temperature and variable temperature. So higher is the scope for direct evaporator cooling process. So this is about direct evaporator cooling process. Now we can define the effectiveness of direct evaporator cooling system. So effectiveness of direct evaporator cooling system is nothing but effectiveness is equal to difference between outside air minus the temperature of supply air upon difference between temperature of outside air minus temperature of variable temperature of outside air. So this is called as effectiveness of direct evaporator cooling system. Now next is indirect evaporator cooling system. Now how it will work? So indirect evaporator cooling system mainly consists of two passage. One is dry passage, other is wet passage. So here is in wet passage here. Why is called wet passage? Because water film is available here in the wet passage. Water film is available. L is length of passage, Z is width of passage. So air passing through dry passage we call it as product air, and air is passing through wet passage we call it as working air. Small m is the mass of working air and capital M is the mass of product air. So our desired air is this product air that will send to the room, that will send to the space where we require, uh, where we have to maintain, where we require air conditioning, where we have to maintain the temperature, where we require less temperature, cool air, where we require cool air, that is called as product air, which will send to the room. Now, as the air will pass through this dry passage, so heat is transferred from this dry air to the this through this to the water film. So heat will transfer from dry air to the water through water film to this air passing through wet passage. Now another air called as working air which will pass from this side. Now in wet passage the working air in come contact with the water film, so that temperature of air is absorbed by the water film, so that working air get cool, and the heat of dry air will absorb by the heat of air passing through dry passage, which is absorbed by the working air which is passing through wet passage. So here working air will absorb the heat from the air passing through dry passage. Now that working air with addition of water particles which will thrown to atmosphere, and air which have reduced temperature, air passing through dry passage which get cool, we call it as product air, which will send to the room where we have to maintain air conditioning. This is about working of indirect evaporative cooling system. So this is the working of indirect evaporative cooling system. So here is the tank. So water pump is there. Water pump forcing the water through this distribution manifold. Water is falling down. So outside air in come contact with this water particles, so that air get cool with addition of moisture. We call it as working air. That working air is passed through this heat exchanger. Now another air called as secondary air, which will pass through this another passage. Now this working air will cool this secondary air. So this working air will cool this secondary air, and this secondary air is supplied after secondary get cool, and it will send to the condition space, and whatever the air is there, that is called as working air, it will exhaust to the atmosphere. So this is our required air. This required air is supplied to the condition space. So this is about working of indirect evaporative cooling system. So this is the working of indirect evaporative cooling system. So here outside air is there. So this outside air will cool up to edible temperature, and this air will cool this supply air. So in supply air, the drivable temperature reduces, no addition of moisture. So this is the difference between direct and indirect evaporative cooling process. In direct evaporative cooling process, the supply air temperature is less with addition of moisture, while in indirect evaporative cooling process, there is moisture humidity ratio remain constant. We get reduced temperature with no addition of moisture. So this is about working of indirect evaporative cooling system. So thank you for listening.